Everybody, it's Allison again, stlprostrategies.com. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today's video is going to be on internal and external rotation. I know some of you have problems with external rotation, just tight muscles in the hips, and it's directly related to like internal rotation as well. So what we're going to start with is the easy supine quad stretch, the lateral quad stretch. And always remember, if it hurts, stop doing it. Work within your range of motion, always. And we're always moving and always resisting. Now in this video, we will not always be doing resistance stretches. So just come to the mat and I'll explain what we're talking about. So I'm going to start out with the supine lateral quad stretch. So you're going to lie on your back and take your left foot out to the side. 90-degree bend in the knee or greater, and then cross the ankle over. Now, some of you might even have trouble doing this to begin with, and that's okay. You know what? You don't even have to do that. Just kind of take it in and open. You can do that kind of like rotating back and forth each side. And for those of you who can cross over, you're going to push the ankle into the knee. The knee is going to be pushing back into the ankle, so we're going to hook that there. Get that, contraction going, and then rotate the knee in, holding that contraction. And notice how much your hip pops up, and then open it out to the side until you get a stretch in the opposite hip, the right hip. So we're just going to move in, and notice how much the hip pops up. This, obviously, for me, I'm not as good at internal rotation as I am at external rotation. Well, they should be even, really. And for some of you, that may be opposite. You may have trouble with the external rotation, and it's easy to do the internal rotation. We're just making a note, and then we're going to go back to the other side. We're going to do the other side. So again, you're pushing the ankle into the knee, knee into the ankle, rotate in and open. Always contracting, the ankle pushing into the knee, knee pushing into the ankle, and just working within your range of motion. Now this hip will pop up a little bit, unless you're really good at this, and that's okay. We're just trying to minimize it and make note of how much it pops up. And then we're going to work into a little rotation work for inner thigh and outer thigh. So we're going to start with just lie on your side. And you can put, a block underneath you, or you don't have to at all. I'm just going to use my elbow and my hand to prop my head. And then I'm going to take my left knee forward. And you can do whatever you want with your right leg. I'm just probably going to leave it there, bent. And with this knee on the ground, you're going to lift the foot into external rotation and then lower it again. So just lift and lower. See how that is. For me, it's easy. For you, it might not be. So we're not using the hip muscles to do this. We're using the external rotation of the inner thigh. And it seems really weird, doesn't it? You are using your hips, but in a roundabout way. And then you're going to hold that ankle up. This is the hard part. We're going to try to keep that ankle up as you move the knee toward the opposite foot. And then bring it back up again. So we're going to rotate down and up. Just swing it down and try to keep that foot up. This is harder than it looks. That foot is going to want to drop. And then after you do, a few of these, we're going to switch to the top leg, the knee is forward. We're going to test out internal rotation first. So lift the foot. See how high you can get it. I can't get mine very high, but my internal rotation is limited. And then back down again. So just try that out. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So I want you to plant this hand on the floor, because you'll need it to stabilize yourself. And then we're going to lift this knee up. So you're just lifting and lowering. maybe, 8 times or so. And then I want you to hold it up. So we're going to hold this knee up and then roll onto the belly, trying to keep the knee from hitting the floor. So we're keeping it up, and then we're going to roll back onto the back side of the hip. So forward and back. Your glute, your external rotators on this side should feel like they are working pretty hard. And they are. And then we're going to switch sides. And we'll do the others. So again, I'm just going to prop. You can put a pillow under your head and bring that right knee forward and then just bend the left. That's probably the best place to put it, is just right there. And we're going to try out external rotation in this position, lifting the foot and then lowering the foot. I know. Seems pretty easy, right? It's easy until we get to the second part. Feeling a lot more on this side, maybe because I already worked the hip. And then I'm going to keep the foot up and then try to move the whole leg, the thigh, the knee down without the foot dropping toward the opposite leg. So we're just moving it down and up again. Again, this is a lot harder than it looks. It's hard for me. It's awkward, I think. And probably about 4 to 6 of these. 6 if you can get it. Maybe more. And now I can feel my external rotators working on the back of the hip. So indeed they are. And then we will switch left leg on top. So we're going to lift and lower the foot, internal rotation. See what you can get. For me, it's not much. But if you're a natural internal rotator, this should be really easy. And then the opposite, you're going to plant the hand and lift the knee. Just moving into that external rotation, kind of warming up these muscles. And then once you do, 6 to 8, maybe more. I'm not really counting today. Then you're going to hold the knee up. And as you can see, I've got a lot more external rotation on this side than the other, so I don't know why that is. But you're hold the knee up and then roll forward until you're almost on top of your belly. Try to keep that knee up and don't let it touch the floor. And then roll back, forward and back. This takes a little core work. And about right now, you're probably like, what? What is the purpose of this? Well, you'll see in a minute. So as we roll back, that's a lengthening phase, and the shortening phase as we roll forward. And then we're going to come back to that supine lateral quad stretch. So foot out to the side, 45-degree angle, rotate, or cross the ankle over, push the ankle into the knee, and rotate in and open. And I want you to just feel the difference from the first time. My hip is not popping up quite as much. I can feel that it's easier to keep it kind of stable than the first time. You might not notice much of a difference at all. Although you should notice the movement's easier, less stiff. And then rotate the other side and just check it out. So hopefully you noticed a difference, and kind of keep working on that. It's a great warm-up for your yoga practice, for anything with external rotation, even sports and stuff like that, to try to help you get some fluidity in your internal and external rotators and the fascia there. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you the next time. Happy stretching. Bye-bye.